So number one, no microphones or headsets today because I forgot the podcasting box, but I think this is going to work just fine.
Yeah, we'll be good shape. We'll be good. We got a good camera.
Yeah, it has a microphone on it.
That's awesome.
So anyway, I forgot.
Welcome to the Texas Cornhole Show.
Yep.
As you know, my name's Grant. This is John. And we got some stuff to get into this time. We just finished up the ACL Open. Where was it?
Meza, Arizona.
Meza, Arizona. And we had Logan Chamberlain and Sammy Soto get the big win. They seemed to. It didn't seem like they had a big challenge, did they?
They did have a couple close games. I did watch two of their games. They had a couple come from behind victories. Well fought games.
They went down 11-0 one game. I think.
That's right.
I forget who they were playing, but they managed to come back from that one.
Yeah, they fought really hard. They played great. It was really fun to watch them. The games that I saw, and it was great to see Sammy go out and win one of those.
Right.
Is that the first time he's won an Open ACL event?
I think this is the first Open he's won, and I think when you win an Open, him being under 18 or whatever, that. So some stuff happened recently. I think there's going to be another under 18 spot to open up. So does Sammy get to be a pro next season?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best players on the planet. And the fact that he can't play as an ACL pro is kind of silly.
Yes.
Right? He should be in all of those events.
I agree.
And if a spot opens up, then hopefully he'll
I think it's between him and Caden Allen. I think that's who they always mention together when they're talking about non-pros right now.
Okay.
So hopefully he gets in there. I mean, to me, as far as the ACL pros that are now currently pros, they don't want Sammy in there because Sammy's going to tear them up.
That's right. Yeah, they don't.
So Sammy made a good run in singles too. He got second in his bracket. I don't think anyone else finished as high as he did. Oh, Caleb Batson and Mark Richards, they made a really good run in doubles.
Yeah, I've got Caleb and Mark had second in their doubles bracket, which was pretty cool. Caleb is one of the juniors, or what do you call them, minors.
And he won't be next season. I think he'll be turning 18.
Yeah, so there'll be some people aging out.
Yes.
I don't know if there's more than just him, but I think some guys are going to be turning 18 so that they can be bet on.
Right.
Right.
And for those that don't know, the reason that the under 18 thing is so important is because with ACL's current deal with whatever gambling platforms they're on, you can't gamble on kids that are under 18. So, like, if Jacob Gore was to win one of those national events, I think everyone gets reimbursed that bet on the singles or doubles, all because he's under 18.
Yeah, so it throws a wrench in the system.
Yes.
But, and I guess the rumor is, there was let's talk about it briefly. I think we both agree we don't really want to talk about it too much, right? But it looks like it's possible that Bella is no longer going to be an ACL pro. I think that's unlikely. I think it's just some emotions are out there right now. Yeah.
Well, if she doesn't play, I mean, there's enough kids out there that are going to grab that spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good talent out there. I'd hate to see her go. I think she's a lot of fun to watch. But if she does, I would love to see Sammy play too.
Right.
I would love to see Sammy as an ACL pro playing in all those events.
Yes.
I don't know if he'd be able to go to all of them with his school commitments.
No.
But it would be great to see him as a pro.
He wouldn't be able to go to all of them. And I know that his parents have, talked about cornhole is not the priority right now. It's something that he likes to do, but it's not the priority.
Yeah.
So, it's a hard thing to balance with all these kids, right? Getting really good at this game. But I think a lot of these kids, think this game is bigger than what it actually is.
Yeah. It doesn't make that much money.
No.
And when you're hot and you're making a lot of money when you're hot, you start thinking like you can make this much money
forever.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, dude, that's when you're hot.
Yeah.
Some guys that have been hot in the very recent past are not hot right now.
Oh, let's just talk. I mean, so Justin was winning everything, killing everything, and he's tapered off a little bit lately. Will he get it back? I'm sure he will. But it's you can't expect it's not a consistent income.
Right.
It's not. Unless you got a badass sponsor that's willing to step up for you when you aren't throwing that great.
But are they going to step up for you next year? Those contracts are not very long.
No.
Right?
It's typically year-long contracts. There's been a couple of guys I've signed longer deals.
Yeah.
But no, typically you don't get a real long contract.
Yeah. I got to give Logan credit. He played really, really well. Some of the games I saw him play, hit some incredible shots, played great. As a matter of fact, the guy who was doing the broadcast, the K9 guy, he was saying, I think they're switching. I think that Logan is now the better player than Justin, where before it was always Justin's the best player and Logan's kind of riding his coattails.
No, I would not go that far.
That's what he
just 'cause
said.
You're
This is not my words.
So since we bring up the K9 guy, I was watching some live feeds, watching Sammy and everything. That K9 guy, we're getting towards the end of tournaments, and the commentators for ACL are not talking about the cornhole game in front of them.
No, and it's like the most important game going on.
It's the most important game, and we're talking about anything else, and it's ridiculous. I get it. You're on. You're doing this every single weekend, open to open, and you've commentated however many games.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand that no one's there for you.
Right.
You're there to talk about the game in front of you and the players in front of you. You're not there to talk about anything else. So
it definitely dies towards the end. Well, and it's just another difference between ACL and like TCL. You know what I'm used to. I think what you play in mostly. At the end of the TCL events, that's when it's loud.
or
everybody's going
we
crazy.
ramp up the whole time, and it seems like the ACL kind of dies out.
Well, there was like the janitor in the background. There was there was a one frame where like he kind of got Sammy's attention, and all you hear is the thump of the boards. There's no music. There's no people. And you see the janitor in the background just strolling along, and it's like the most important game of the entire weekend.
You see the janitor. That was a weird moment. I remember watching that moment, and I was like, dude, if I'm in my biggest doubles game, I really want to win this. I got the janitor behind me going on by. That kind of takes away from my moment.
I know. Sammy didn't have headphones in.
No.
Like they're just listening to this nothingness. Just the thud of bags.
Nothing.
Which, it's just a different style. I understand that some people think it's more professional and that's what they want, but my God, it's boring. And it's boring to even watch on video. Yeah, because you're taking it more professionally when it's not loud and drunk, and that's the argument that I've heard.
The drunk thing, sure, but during the NBA games, they got the people that clean up the sweat off the floor. They sprint on, get that thing gone, and go. They are not in the way. And meanwhile, they still got this janitor going in the background.
And total silence.
Total silence. There's no excitement. There's no energy. There's no electricity, and it's.
And the commentator's tired, right? He's been commentating all day long. It seems
weekend after weekend, traveling from event. Again, I get it. Yeah. I understand, but sometimes you gotta kind of remind these people, hey, when Sammy goes and makes that awesome shot, and he wants to clip that and post it on his Facebook page, we gotta listen to you being tired.
And not talking about
the game, not talking about the shot, not talking about the next shot, not talking about the environment, the energy, how much this means, point standings amongst all the divisions, point standings for the pros, the next event coming up. Like, these are things you can talk about, and you're not talking about. You're talking about your next collab.
Yeah, and there are people that really want to commentate, right? And that are pretty good at it.
Yes.
Just so put the word out, they'll come to you, get it done. I think that's something that needs to change. So I got to give a shout out to Noah Edding and Dylan Cernero. They placed 7th in their bracket, right? Which I'm sure they wanted to do better. But that's in the bracket with all the pros. That's open.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I thought that was a great finish for them.
It was their first event, and they got to start somewhere. And, and to put it in perspective, this Justin and Gavin were in the same bracket and finished 17th.
17th.
So, hey, good job, guys.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Go get a taste of it and, build off of it.
Yeah, those are two really nice guys. I've always been super friendly, and I love seeing them be successful. Another thing I loved about the Mesa, Arizona tournament, Double D, Damon Dennis, wins the whole thing.
Damon Dennis won the whole thing.
It's a young man's game, but guess what? The old guy got one.
Yeah. So I honestly do think that when he gets to this pro level, it's not really talent versus talent. It's almost like who can stay more focused longer. It's all about your focus.
Yeah.
And Damon Dennis is right there with anybody when it comes to just staying locked in the entire game.
Yep. It definitely has the same pattern on every single throw. It takes his sweet-ass time. But puts it back in the hole over and over and over and over.
So I was watching his doubles game. I know they got beat out in doubles, but this one kid, I think it was the kid that beat out Sammy for the singles bracket.
Zazueta? Is that
right? He tried to and one Damon Dennis, and it was a blowout game already, which I honestly want, whatever opinion about that, but he tried to and one Damon Dennis or Damon Dennis. I remember trying to do the exact same thing when I played Damon in singles, and me and Haley were watching the game together. I looked down, I was like, everybody's going to take their shot to Damon Dennis. Everyone's going to do it. Doesn't matter the scenario. You got to take your shot.
You got to try.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's all I got for the Mesa, Arizona ACL event where the Texas boys went and won it all.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
So next thing we can get into.
Top 60.
Top 60. So let's highlight that by saying congratulations again, of course.
Sammy Soto.
Sammy Soto, Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He played a ton of events. He played 48 tournaments and threw 4,365 rounds in the Texas Cornhole League.
No kidding.
That's a lot of bags. A lot of bags. Is he from the Northeast Texas Cornhole region? No, he's not. Not even close. But they like to, put their claim in for him, I guess.
Well, was he on there?
It has it right there as a region, but right now you can choose your own region. Scorholio. When you go into something like Ryder Cup, they're definitely going to change that. Sammy Soto will not be on the Northeast Texas region for Ryder Cup.
I think I remember him being in the Dallas group.
Yeah, and that's where he will be, period. And then Woman of the Year, Tracy Beeson. She played 67 tournaments and threw 5,204 rounds. A lot of cornhole.
Yeah, that's a lot of cornhole.
Tracy goes to all these tournaments. She competes. She typically finishes well, congratulations. Woman of the Year is a big deal.
Yeah, and congratulations, Tracy.
It's tough to get,
Yeah, she's beaten me many, many times.
We're not going to go through the whole top 60 list, but it looked like a pretty good year this year. People really competing for it, trying to get into it. And then,
well, how did you do?
I got 19th.
19th.
I got 19th. But I will say, I only played in one league and one Switch Holio, and I won both of those.
Yeah, we should probably mention that. For people who are maybe new to TCL and don't really know, if you want to make top 60, you can do it. There's two things you got to do. The first is you got to fill out your scorecard.
Play in the Open Division.
And you have to play in the Open Division.
Yes.
If you do those two things, you'll put yourself in a really good position of making top 60.
Typically, you'll make top 60 if you fill out your scorecard and you're playing in the Open Division.
Yeah.
And the way that works is that, let's say, advance to Open Division, first place in advance is less points than last place in Open.
Yep.
So you could go lose every tournament always, but you're going to be ranked higher than the top advanced player.
Yep.
I think there's way too many events you got to put on your scorecard for TCL. Having Switch Holios on there, I think, is dumb. I don't think that your Switch Holios should be on your scorecard. And then having 2 league nights on your scorecard is kind of brutal to me because you're wanting people to dedicate all their weekends and their week nights to TCL.
Yeah, that's the first thing I looked at when I was trying to think about how could I make top 60, and it was stop doing leagues, because I can't get out of the house that much. Stop doing leagues and start playing in tournaments. Right. Make sure you fill those up because they're worth so many more points.
Right.
The time commitment for a league is huge, and you just don't get that many points out of it. But man, the big realization I had is what do I get? If you win the whole TCL league, you don't really get anything. And this year, I think you got Sammy Soto didn't get anything for winning.
Last year they gave first place a special edition of bags.
Okay.
And they gave him $1,000 for Woman of the Year and Player of the Year. They gave him $1,000 and
well, that's
bags.
Real money.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
They haven't said anything about it this year, so I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
TCL's kind of hanging their hat on right now with the tournament champions and top 60. There will be $25,000 added divided between all those tournaments that they're running.
Whoa. You say that slower. Tournament champions
at Choctaw. Choctaw is adding $25,000 to the pot.
What?
According to TCL. I don't know if this is set in stone because I've only heard it from the owner's mouth. I have not seen it anywhere.
$25K added.
They're adding
all those tournaments at the Tournament of Champions.
Yes. Wow. So divided between all the tournaments.
There's not that many people registered for those tournaments. That's a lot of money up for grabs.
It is. But so 8 tournaments, $25,000. Y'all can do the math, but it's going to be. I mean, it's something, right? It's something.
That's several $1,000s per tournament.
Yes.
Huh. Well, that's great. Are you going to be there?
I'm going. I think I'm going to dedicate one day for throwing, playing in whatever events, and then the next day I'm dedicating to gambling.
Oh, you're going to be gambling.
That's
What's your game?
I don't know. I like blackjack.
You should learn craps.
Craps always looks fun, but I really don't know enough about it.
Just download an app and play it. And I'll show you a betting strategy that's super simple and fun.
Okay, well, I'd be down. Show me after the show.
Craps is the best odds in the house.
And I've always liked blackjack. I'll do some slots or whatever. I like my Lucky Ducky machine. I do $2 max bet, $6 per spin.
Okay.
And I don't know. But me gambling, the most fun I've ever had gambling is when I've gone with my friends. Like my most recent experience, it was me, Ryan Hodo, Baron Hodo.
Okay. It's a fun group.
So yeah, the center cornhole ownership, right? And we combined our money and we just went from machine to machine and started putting our money on stuff, and we lost it all.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go.
We lost it all, but then we're it's like, okay, we're gonna go back up to the room. What are we gonna do? We all added 20 more bucks, and dude, we started, and then we made all the money. Not really, but we got all our money back plus some, and it ended up being a really fun night. But doing that as a group is a ton of fun. Way more fun than just winning the money by yourself.
So you're playing one day, gambling the next.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
You're paying for that hotel. You're in that environment. Go gamble.
Well, and they have a great pool. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Oh, dude, bring your swimsuit. It's the outdoor facility is pretty nice, and it's open.
We'll see.
When I was there recently, they were building it, so I don't know if it's done, but it was like super nice and really cool looking, like an outdoor bar pool kind of area, big huge slides, all that stuff.
It's going to be a fun experience.
Lazy river.
Oh,
yeah, awesome.
Okay, well maybe I need to do some more research.
Yeah, I think if it's a place I'm thinking about, the Choctaw that's on 75 North.
Yeah. So top 60 though, it's this is the first year TCL has gone away from the top 60 party
at Chad's house,
Lake House. But yeah. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you all my honest
Are the top 60 people
review.
getting bags? Jerseys and bags?
I suggested it. I have not heard anything about it, and we'll just see what happens. And if it does happen, it'll probably be last minute.
You guys should demand bags.
Demand something.
Demand
something.
But they got a little digital credit.
Hey, you can be the background on my phone for a little while,
All right, cool. So next up, we're going to pause the camera so we can get a 30 fresh minutes so I can start explaining why I'm going to win the Pick'em again.
Yep, we got our top 10 list, our doubles and singles top 10 list. Some of us put thought into it, and some of us just look at Scoreholio.
That is the thought, dude. You come up with the process, and you follow it.
All right,
you stick to it, and you win.
Well, we'll see what happens, but all right, let's get to it.
All right, I'll reset it.
Maybe we'll talk.
All right, we're back. It's another big TCL tournament coming up. We have
the League of Champions.
Wait.
League Championship.
The Tournament of
League Champions.
Tournament of Champions is next. The one that's coming up this weekend is the League Championship.
Yeah.
And then it's the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I've had to put Texas Cornhole League Championship, and I hate doing that. I do TCL League Championship. But anyways.
Everybody calls it state.
Yeah, the people have been around for a long time. They just call it state, then it turned to league championships because it got incorporated other states. We're going to call it state.
Yeah, so we went through, just like we've done before. I made a list. And this time we did it right because we have the Scoreholio, the way that it's going to end up, right? There's going to be 4 ninth places.
Right.
2 7s.
So there's actually 12 players for each of our lists, but it's who finishes in first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 7th, 9th. We're going to try to have our list pulled up for y'all so y'all can kind of follow along. But we're going to start off with singles.
Starting off with singles. So again, I used Scoreholio and I used SPR. I went through and I grabbed everybody's SPR, but then I made some changes. I made a couple of tweaks, and I'll kick it off by saying that I put Sammy Soto in the first spot because how can you bet against him? The kid won the last tournament. He is pretty hot right now. Right. So I put him in first place, even though Ty Thompson and Chase Lester have a higher SPR than Sammy Soto does. But I still put Sammy in the top spot.
That's a mid pick. Okay.
Mid? Yeah, who'd you put for first?
Sammy Soto.
All right. So that's a wash.
I put Sammy Soto because I think I jinxed myself last time. I don't need to put myself first on my own list.
I don't think you put yourself first.
I didn't doubles last time. Or I didn't doubles this time.
You didn't doubles.
I didn't singles.
Not in singles, no. You had Sammy beating.
Well, for those that don't know, I'm going for a 3-peat singles and doubles state champion. I don't think anyone's done that.
No. Josh Gross has. I think he's done 3.
He's done 2.
I think he's done 3.
He told me he's done 2.
Josh, you need to reach out and let us know the truth. Maybe you come on as a guest one day. Are you going to be in the Tournament of Champions? You think he'll be in Choctaw?
I don't think he'll be at Choctaw. I don't think he won a tournament this year.
Oh. Does he? Yeah. Maybe next year. I did see him. He is playing again. I saw him playing in an ACL event. Moving on. He's not on our list. Second place for me, the guy that I purposefully snubbed last time just to try to be funny, but it was not funny. Didn't work out. Chase Lester, number 2. I think it's going to be. I think getting second place is going to be a bit of a breakout for him. I know he's got big dreams and big plans for his cornhole career. I don't think he's got enough to beat Sammy just yet. Maybe he will. But I think he'll be there in the finals, battling it out with Sammy. I got Chase Lester, second place, a.k.a. Noodles.
Well, I think it's hilarious that you would put him in the Tier 2 champion for the last event, and now you're saying he's getting second.
Second.
Well, we'll see what
In
happens.
singles. I mean, he let me know last SIG, that he didn't lose a single rounders game until SIG 4 in singles.
Winning all your rounders games means absolutely nothing.
It means he'll make it to Tier 1.
Okay.
And it's a small field, dude. There's only like 70 players, I think. 70 single players. So, yeah. Well, he's going to make top 10 for sure. Hopefully I got the placement right to get my extra point. Who have you got in second place, Grant?
Myself.
Yeah, you got it?
Myself, and, I understand I put myself second place on the list.
Yeah.
I'll forfeit my point to whoop Sammy's ass. All right?
You will.
I'll forfeit my extra point.
Well, what's your strategy against Sammy?
Shit on him.
Then how do you do that?
You can't block my airmail. That's how it is.
You can't block my airmail.
So I'm gonna make it a long game. Wait for him to try to fuck me up. He's gonna miss, and then I'm gonna fuck him up.
Got it. So
And
you're
then-
playing hole for hole? What does your game mean?
My game is pretty much just give him something to look at, but it's gonna be right. It's going to be basically in the hole.
Right on the edge, right on the
Yeah.
front lip?
Yeah.
So you're not going to do that deep
I'm
blocker
gonna block
against
him so many. No, I'm not doing a deep blocker against him because it doesn't bother him.
What does he do against that deep blocker?
He just whatever he wants to. He can flop over. He can go around it. He can just airmail. I mean, but against Sammy, there's no point in laying a shallow blocker. Gotta go deep blocker and make him play a long game.
Got it. And so he's going to eventually make a mistake. You're going to hit that airmail.
Well, Sammy 100% thinks he's better than me.
Yeah.
And, I get it.
Well, at this point he should. He's won all the tournaments.
Yeah, I get it. But he doesn't know that I'm another animal when I'm motivated. And I think I'm going to have some motivation going into this.
Ooh, for the back-to-back-to-back?
Yeah, 3-peat.
Dang, how are you going to prepare?
Well, today is our practice day.
Nice.
I got all my players up here at AJ's.
Open gym.
Open gym. Anybody can come. It's going to be on Tuesdays. I don't think we'll do it next week, but starting the week after that, we'll have it on Tuesdays. But go ahead. Give me your third place finish.
Cahill Isom. Let's go, Cahill. Yeah, he threw a perfect game, throwing center greets in Tier 2 last SIG. And, dude, I just like watching the guy play. He plays great. And he just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And
He definitely stepped up his game when he switched backs.
we'll see. We'll see what he's throwing at the tournament. But yeah, no, he's just getting better. And he's one of my favorites. So this was a bit of a heart pick for me. He does have a super high SPR, and I took a picture of all these SPRs. But he is one that I made a slight adjustment to kind of move him up a little bit. I think. Let me see here. Yeah, he's at an 82.4 when I made this list. There's a few people that are ahead of him in SPR, including Fletcher Johnson and Cale Harrell, and Ty Thompson. By the way, Ty Thompson has the highest SPR of all of these people right now. And I still don't have him on my list. Well, he's on the list, but not
There.
in the 1, 2, or 3. So, yeah. Cahill Isom, he's going to be there with his family, great group of people, and I can't wait to watch him. I hope he wins the whole thing.
Hope his uncle's there.
Pepper's going to be there.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, by the way, who won the lower random draw SIG 4?
I believe that was Cahill's dad.
Yeah.
Trampus?
Yeah.
Yep.
Trampus iced him. Took it down.
So we missed him. It was an oversight.
It was an oversight.
And we missed him when we were announcing all the winners, and he let us know about it.
He
You know,
did.
I thought he wanted to box me at first. Turns out he just wanted to get his recognition.
Yeah. Sorry. You were just too excited. You wanted to talk about the top tier random draw. But
Yeah.
we forgot about there was a lower tier.
Man, my bad, dude. I won the top, and I just only thought about me.
Yeah, he's a champion.
I'm selfish. I'm my bad.
Trampus Isom, Cornhole champion. All right. Have you said your third place guy yet?
My third place guy,
Oh, yeah.
Cale Harrell.
Duh.
Been on fire. He made his debut at the last Signature Series.
Sure did.
And I'm expecting him to come in and tear some people up this one.
He is so good. If you don't know who he is, Cale Harrell is
Silent
the
Assassin.
Silent Assassin. He has a page on Facebook. You should go follow it. The Silent Assassin. I love his style of play. Super good kid. And he's going to... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he won the whole thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be disappointed in myself.
Yeah. But he's just another one that can win it. All right. So then it's my number 4.
Yes.
My number 4 is Ty Thompson, top SPR. He would be the computer's favorite going into this list. The only reason I didn't put him number 1, and I'll be honest, I watched him play against Logan Chamberlain in Lubbock, and I thought the nerves got to him, dude. He sent one off the back. He hit a couple big misses. Right when it was the time to not fuck up or make a mistake, he made a mistake.
Right.
A couple times in a row. And I know what that's like because I feel like I lived that life. But that's why I didn't put him in that number 1 spot.
So what's the over-under on games played before Ty takes his hat off? He's going to get through rounders without taking his hat off.
Yeah.
But I give it his second tournament game.
Your hat comes off?
Oh, it's coming off.
Nice.
It's a signature thing. As soon as he gets stressed, that thing gets set to the side.
Yeah. All right, well, another guy also, got to say it, I wouldn't be surprised if he won the whole thing. Ty Thompson. Ooh, also your number 4 guy.
Yes. We
Yeah.
agreed that he's not good enough to be top 3.
Sorry, Ty. I hope you prove us wrong. I do. I hope he
Hey,
proves us wrong.
Ty's my boy, but
He's awesome. I'd love to see him win it.
he's got the potential. Let's see what he gets going.
One of the nicest people out there. Always smiling. I rarely see him mad or angry.
No. The only time he's ever upset is literally towards his brother.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's the only time Ty gets upset is when he's throwing with his brother.
That's just like my son. My oldest son, Royce, nicest person on the planet. But when it comes to his younger brother, he's a total jerk.
Brotherly love is a little different.
Huh. I just wonder what that's all about.
So your 5th place, you got Cale.
Yeah, Cale Harrell. I guess we talked about him quite a bit. I actually watched him. He beat Logan Chamberlain head-to-head and just played a fantastic game. Never lost his composure.
They were both throwing over a 10.
Yeah, and he's got this, when he steps out, like when most people step out, they get reset, and then they throw. His step-out move is like almost one continuous motion. It's awesome. Also, in that game, he was throwing bags I'd made. We'll see what he's throwing this time. But I do like watching people that throw bags I make.
The Elvis?
He was throwing the Elvis, yeah.
Just say the Elvis and say Big Center right after that.
Okay. He was throwing the Elvis, which is the bag I make. All right, so that's my number 5 pick. You're up.
I got Matt Morris at number 5, and I know you don't have him on your list.
Yep, I don't.
And Matt has been making some runs.
Yep.
He's throwing really good. I think playing against pros is every time. That's when he hits his wall. Is when he plays against someone that he has a title above him.
Okay.
But I'm
like a mental
expecting.
blocker?
Yes. And I'm thinking he's going to come out to this city.
And there are no pros
No
in this
pros
event.
in this one. No
Yeah.
pros. Not because of anything TCL did, but there's also a national going on the same weekend. So no pros will be at the league championship.
Well, by choice.
I mean, they get to choose.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure ACL made it very clear that if you choose to go to a TCL event over an ACL national,
Yeah.
that they will cut you.
Okay. Huh. Well, so, dang. So no mental blocker for Matt.
No mental blocker for
He's
Matt.
probably beaten all these people at some point.
Yep.
Because I know they all play around the same area. A lot of Northeast Texas people, a lot of center people on this list.
Yep.
Um,
And I have Chase Lester also finishing 5th place.
are you wrong about that? He's going to do better.
If you say so.
Yeah.
But, Chase, I think Chase is going to run into me
Yeah.
in the bracket.
Yeah.
And, then, he'll be sitting on the sidelines or in the truck. His hotel room.
Yeah, well, speaking of you, well, actually, so, for real quick with Matt, he could be the difference maker because a lot of people on our list are the same, and he's one of the ones that you picked that I didn't pick.
Right.
So if he performs, especially if he hits fifth or better, he might win it for you. So that's your boy right there.
I'm excited.
And then we've talked about you enough. You're my number 5th pick. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
Disrespectful.
How do you feel about that? That's slight. Is that an insult?
You know, just stack them. You know, just stack them.
I'm not the first person to doubt you.
Just stack them.
Just stack them up. It's a young man's game, Grant.
Yeah, and I'm getting old.
Your SPR, you want to know what your SPR is compared
It's
to these
low.
other people?
I already know it's low.
Yeah.
But I've been winning a lot lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
If you've been winning a lot, your SPR should be going up.
No, the only reason your SPR goes up is if you're stringing wins together.
So your SPR is an 81.88, which is less than Cahill, Kale, Fletcher Johnson, Sammy, Chase, Ty. All have higher SPRs than you.
I agree. Hey, it's cool, you know.
Yeah.
None of those people want to play me a singles game.
They don't?
No.
Well, they're going to have to if they want to win it because you're going to be there, right?
Yep. So that was your 5th place pick.
Yeah.
So moving on to 7th, you got Mason Vega
Yeah.
and Oscar.
Yeah, Mason and Oscar. I mean, I don't know what to say. Both of these guys are good. It was hard for me to pick, Oscar at this position. I wanted to put him higher, but I stuck with my SPR for the most part. But Oscar's been hot lately. He keeps winning, and he keeps sending me updates too about showing his progress. And that dude has been getting better and better and better. And in his mind, it's just a matter of time. He's gonna be as good as anybody else. It's just a matter of time. And he puts in the work. He's dedicated. He's got a great mental focus. I mean, you've watched him play. He stays focused.
No, he's good. Oscar's very good. He needs another trick in his bag.
Yeah.
He needs another trick in his bag.
What do you mean? All you have to do is put it in the hole. That's the trick. Airmail.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I think he needs another trick in his bag.
He's got a little get around.
He needs a specialty.
Don't do a flop. You don't need it.
I'm not saying flop. I'm saying he needs a specialty. He just needs a specialty.
Well, he throws Maryland's slick side.
Yeah.
That's what he's been throwing the last few times I've watched him. And that you can't do much besides go in the hole and airmail it with that.
Oh, then you need to be a killer airmailer.
You know what you can do with that Maryland? You can throw that reverse cut and knock the blocker out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got that backspin on
Bully
it.
bag, yeah.
It'll kick it out of the way. Well, and then Mason, I've known Mason since I started playing cornhole.
Yeah, I'm gonna not talk about Mason too much until we get to doubles. But Cahill and Mason is who I have in my 7th place finishes.
Okay.
I mean, they're really good. How do you not have them in the top?
Do I have the wrong list?
Yeah.
So we should talk about it.
Okay, so
Late scratch.
we had some late changes on our list. We had some guys that have cornhole injuries or just injuries in general, and something's going on with their throwing arm. So we had to tinker with the list a little bit.
Masturbation.
But we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can get over it. Put some ice on it, figure it out. It's cornhole. It's a 1-pound bag. Throw it. But 9th place for me.
We're moving on to 9th, huh?
I got Fletcher.
Yeah.
Who can easily go above 9th place.
Easily.
But he can easily not finish 9th place. It all
Yeah.
depends on his. It all depends. He just plays a straightforward game. Airmails, slides.
I don't know much about Jacob Watley and Jeremy Beeson, but I do know for sure Fletcher and Oscar are 2 guys on the list that have a full-time job, have kids. Fletcher's got young kids.
Jacob does too.
Does he?
Yes, and he is super good. But I've only seen him be, elite in doubles.
Oh, is that right?
For whatever reason, I've only seen him be elite in doubles. I haven't seen him make a big run in singles yet, but it could just be bad luck.
Well, I got to talk to Fletcher a little bit at the last SIG, and yeah, full-time job, has a family with young kids, and I don't know how these guys do it. Just to play at that high of a level, to have an SPR as high as that, with all these other things going on in your life, that's hard to do.
That is.
I say it all the time.
And then I have Zach Harris and Zeb.
Ooh, wait, these are 2 people I don't have.
Yep.
Oh, wait, the last 3 for you are the difference makers.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. It's like that fantasy football. Okay, so we both have Fletcher. So for me, it's Levi Lechner, Jacob Watley, and Jeremy Beeson. Those are my difference makers. You've got Zach, Zeb, and Dylan, which are solid picks.
I'm liking all three of those guys. I think they've been throwing a ton lately.
Uh-huh.
They're getting hotter and hotter, and I think they're ready to make a big run at this next event.
So, I think I saw Levi at the last SIG grab Baghdaddy's bags and go play Justin Burton Jr. for the.
He wanted the bounty. He wanted the bounty money, and then I think he learned his lesson pretty quick.
He did.
Yeah,
that game was over pretty fast.
Yeah. But he tried. He tried to go for that bounty. That means he's a go-getter.
I like it.
He's a go-getter.
Yeah.
So
you gotta pick him after that.
Jeremy, good pick. Jacob, good pick. Levi, good pick. I mean, it's going to be interesting how this shakes out towards the end here, but I don't know. I'm liking my list.
So it's really Matt, Zach, Zeb, and Dylan are your picks
Matt.
that I didn't pick.
Matt
Morris, yeah.
Yes.
And for me, it's Jeremy, Jacob, Levi, and Oscar. You didn't pick Oscar? Dudes have been in the top 10 like every...
There's nothing against Oscar. I think Oscar will finish that high, but, I want to take some... I want to take some different guys.
We're also sexist pricks. There are no girls on either one of our lists.
Well, no offense to the girls, but I don't think you can go back and see them finish in the top 9 this season.
Come on, girls. Where you at?
Come on, Woman of the Year. Where you at?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, you know what? Hopefully they surprise us.
I'm not going to sit here and act like it can't happen. Denise, specifically,
Yeah.
always throws gas against me. It gets on my nerves, but she throws so good against me every time. All right, so doubles.
Moving on to doubles.
Moving on.
It's a tie for first. Both of us. Who cares? Sammy and Grant. Blah blah blah. Honestly, it is kind of annoying. You guys are the team to beat. And when you look at even the SPRs, it's a big gap. It's you guys multiple points above the next team. How does that feel? Is there pressure? It's like, because if you don't win, it's like you let everybody down, but you did not meet expectations. The expectations for you guys are to win it.
Yeah, my response to me, I have nothing to lose because we already lost a SIG together.
Oh, it's already happened?
We lost in Lubbock.
Oh, that's right. What place did you guys get?
I think like 5th or 7th, something like that. But to me, I have nothing to lose now. I've been throwing a lot more since I lost that. So,
yeah, you guys are 3 points ahead of the next closest team, and not only that, you both have tons of experience winning at SIGs and just in general.
Right.
So you guys are definitely a team to be kind of fucking annoying, to be honest. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. I got a headache. That's my excuse.
All right, so you got Chase and Lane.
Lane McManus. Yeah, dude, Chase and Lane, if they don't win it, should definitely get second place.
I have them at 7th on my list.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Are you not looking at the stats?
Lane has. I don't care about the stats. You got to look at the chemistry. You got to look at what bags are going to throw, and that's the biggest problem is that Lane wants to throw a slicker bag, and Chase is not a slick bag thrower.
He throws Minotaurs / whatever's, dude. That's fast bag. I know Chase is Minotaur thrower. I'm sorry. I know he's a center guy.
No, it's Chase. Chase wants to. If he's going to throw a fast bag, he's going to want to throw the Wrath or a slow Envy,
okay.
Right? And meanwhile, you got Lane who's wanting to throw Gamblers.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. Y'all are going to have to compromise somewhere in the middle and figure it out. And I think that's going to be a lot to figure out in one day. As soon as one starts struggling, a bag change is immediately it's going to be brought up, and then they're going to fall apart. 7th place. Or no.
Well,
yeah, 7th place.
Well, Chase is here, and I'm going to go talk to him after this because I'm curious if they've already established a bag strategy. You have to pick a bag before you even agree to be partners, right?
No, I feel like that doesn't really happen anymore. I feel like people partner up and then figure out the bag.
No, you got to make sure you... I assumed they had a bag plan.
No.
Well...
Their bag plan is to throw a fast greed or a slow envy or a wrath.
Just a fast greed.
They do exist. You
It's
just get a newer set of
oxymoron.
greeds.
I guess so.
Come on, man.
A fast greed.
So, me...
Yeah, you.
And this is where experience comes in.
What are you and Sammy throwing?
We're going to throw either wraths, slow envies, or a fast greed. I want to throw lust. Sammy wants to throw his envies.
The ones he just won singles with?
Yeah.
Yeah, you throw those.
And we won with those at Texas Live.
Well, you throw those. Moving on. I interrupted you, though. What were you saying?
Sammy told me I need to stop trying to cut and just airmail all the time.
He told you that?
Yeah. He said you need to stop cutting and just airmail because you make all your airmails. And I guess I don't make all my cuts.
Well, not with wraths. Or not with envies.
Well, no, because that's where the whole conversation started. Was, hey, I don't throw NBs enough I don't know what the cut's going to do.
Right.
And so I was like, I want to throw my lust, and he was like, well, I don't want you to cut. I want you to airmail.
Well, so you might as well go fast.
So it looks like I'm getting bullied by a 15-year-old.
Well, no, you always go with what the better player says.
Yeah, well, the better players never won a state championship.
Ooh, dang. Maybe
So
this
don't
is
worry,
the
I'll
time.
carry you to your first one, buddy. Now, speaking of state championships,
Yes.
my pick for second place, and I've gotten some heat. Some people have seen the list and they give me some heat about it. Mason Vega and Levi Lechner is my
Really?
second place pick.
That would be a breakout.
No,
For Levi?
no, for Levi, sure, not for Mason. Let me
Right.
tell you why.
Okay.
Who have I beat the last 2 times in doubles at state championships?
I don't pay attention.
It was Mason and Sammy at the last one, and before that, it was Mason and Herrera.
Oh, is that right?
Mason has been there at every single league championship.
Huh.
So I'm going to go ahead and say history repeats itself, and he loses again to me.
Oh, dang. Cold-blooded.
And then third place, Cahill and Preston Isom.
Really? The Ison Bros?
Yep,
That's a good pick.
I got them going third. They got chemistry. They're going to figure it out. I think they're going to make a really good run.
I've got them on my list, too, just not as high as you, because it's actually Preston's SPR is not very high relative to these other guys. So I've got Levi and Mason as my third pick. So we kind of agree there. I'm starting to think about what teams we don't have on our lists. You know what I mean? Like, who are the difference makers? All right, fourth place, Dylan Randall, super nice guy. Been able to talk to him in the last few tournaments. I like that guy. And Ty Thompson throwing achy breaky bags. What was that?
They're going to have to. I think they're another team. They're going. Ty on the way here told me that he's going to try throwing envies, maybe sloths.
Oh, really? A sloth?
Yeah, because both of them. I think because Dylan's more of a all-hole airmail, and Ty can do whatever he wants to.
You don't have any Elvises for those guys? Let him throw those.
Try it, yeah.
Because I know Dylan likes that herringbone.
My fourth place, I got Cale Harrell and Kobe.
Now, is that the same guy?
Last name slipped my mind. But both of those guys were just at the OCA. They made a really good run. They're from Oklahoma, so they play there normally. But both of them have been texting me, telling me, hey, we're feeling hot, we're feeling good, we want to make a run. Last time someone did that to me was Josh Murdoch, and look what he did.
Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and say they make a good run. I got them getting fourth place.
I've got him at fifth, right behind you. Buddy.
Mistake.
Why? They should be higher? Yeah, maybe. I mean, Kale's impressed the hell out of me every time I watch him play, so I just don't know much about Kobe.
So you got Cale and Kobe in fifth, Preston and Cahill in fifth. I got Ty and Dylan, and then I got difference maker, Jeremy Beeson and Blake Hawley.
No, I have them on my list too.
Yeah, but where?
Ninth.
Ninth. I got him fifth.
So is it placing that's going to get us?
I mean, it's extra points.
Oh, we'll keep going. I found some teams that are different.
But yeah, I got Jeremy and Blake.
Yep.
My seventh place teams, Chase and Lane. Chase has been, telling me how wrong I am.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Lane's one of those guys that seems to kind of rise to the occasion. Like, I've seen him at these big tournaments, and he plays really, really well.
Lane has thrown good against me at every signature series I can remember.
Yeah.
He throws good every single time. Then I got some Matt Longoria and Anthony Delgado.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anthony's always there. Those are your seventh place guys?
Those are my seventh.
So for me, I've got Fletcher Johnson, Scott Beck. I'd like to see those guys. I'm sure they're going to be throwing gamblers down the middle. We're going to see how that plays. Do you have Fletcher and Scott on your list?
No.
Okay, there's my difference maker. A couple of seasoned veterans making a run to seventh place.
They're definitely capable.
Oh, I also have Oscar and Aaron. Do you have those guys on your list?
No.
The Brown Mamba?
No, I do. I got them in ninth.
Okay. So Fletcher and Scott are my difference makers. Oscar and Aaron, they made the top 10 last time, and I didn't put them on my list.
Dude, again, it's another team they're good. I agree. I don't disagree. I agree with you. They're really good. Anybody can play. Anybody can win.
Trademarked by Grand Church. All right, so Chase, L, and Lane McManus, we got that. And then Matt, Anthony. Okay, and then I'm back to number 9. Jeremy and Blake, who you have already. And you've got Oscar and Aaron. And then Ernest and Kevin. You got those guys?
No.
All right, that's 3 teams that are difference makers for me. Ernest Herrera and Kevin Meza.
I don't have Jacob and Kyle either.
Jacob Watley and Kyle Francis.
So my 9th place teams are Oscar and Aaron.
Yep.
Luke and Rylan.
Okay.
Zeb and Zach.
Okay.
BG and Juan.
Now, this is unfair, insider trading, because Juan, don't call him Juanito, and BG are not registered.
Juan is.
Juan is. But the team, Brandon and Juan, are not registered. But it's cool. But I'm just saying, insider trading. Like, how would I know that BG and Juan are playing together? They're not registered.
Well, you knew Juan was playing.
Yeah.
And you didn't make that extra effort to see who he's playing with.
But that's okay. Jacob and Kyle are gonna show up.
Well, we'll see what happens. Same deal as last time.
Same deal as last time. What is that?
Hashtag Team John or Team Grant.
Team John. Yeah, let's talk about this. If you're still watching, is anybody still watching? I doubt it. It's been a while.
It has been.
But the T-shirts just came in. We got T-shirts after this event. Well, actually, starting probably tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to be reaching out to everybody that was on Team John for Sig 4, getting your sizes and your address. We'll get you a T-shirt. And if you're going to be at State, we'll have a T-shirt for you there. So everybody that was on Team John again is going to get a T-shirt.
People.
5? I think there weren't that many people.
There wasn't that many, but I'm saying 5 people.
All right.
It's going to be randomized.
Yeah, so we'll get out the merch for the last one, and then this one. I mean, no brainer. Obviously, I'm going to win again. Going to defend my championship. I think it's
So here's the part that you forget. You won't be at league championship, so I'm gonna mess with. I'll be behind every single game, chirping, letting people know.
You're just gonna fire him up.
Good luck, Fletcher and Scott. Every time you're in your backswing, I'm yelling.
Wear headphones. I think Scott's a sound engineer, so I'm sure he has some really good headphones.
But all right, well, we're running out of time here. Thank you for whoever has stuck around this long. And
yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, that was time where we really start talking shit, right?
The first person to comment, I finished, gets a free shirt.
I finished.
I
actually watched this. Yeah.
Yes, I finished. The first person to comment, I finished, gets a free shirt. But anyways,
hopefully the audio's not too bad. I made a big mistake. The mic. I didn't bring my podcasting box, so we didn't have the microphones and headsets today. So the audio's not going to be as good. But hey, it's another show. It's more cornhole content for you all. As you're driving out to Shreveport, maybe people will listen to it.
And a little bit more excitement. We have some things in the works, and it's going to be Texas Cornhole Show.